all drew a kind of, we awe over those cars all lined up down that street. That's insane.
Rushing water from floodwater, so dangerous.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So, that's something that at times you just have to be very cautious of. Right now, here in the coastal bend, our weather has changed just a little bit. We're not really dealing with an extreme. We are closer to normal today, but still likely running above normal. 64 degrees as you're headed out the door in Corpus Christi this morning. Our wind is out of the north-northeast there at 14 miles per hour. So we have colder temperatures inland. So Sinton, Robstown, Alice, Benavides, Freer, Beeville, all in the 50s. The rest of us still holding on to the 60s. I think we'll stay in the 60s in Corpus Christi. High pressure building in now. That's going to bring us sunshine later on today, but a cold front did move through. So we are trending cooler, especially for our afternoon high temperatures and our overnight lows into tonight. So lots of sunshine, highs making their way to right around 80 degrees in Corpus Christi. Then temperatures, look at that, falling into the 50s, even for Corpus Christi as we look ahead to Friday morning. So we don't have to worry about our heat index either, and it's not quite cold enough for a wind chill forecast also, so we'll take that. Sunny conditions thanks to the high pressure. All of the rain, thunderstorms, that's all going to be across the eastern United States today. High pressure begins to shift back over the east and southeast. That brings onshore flow back into the coastal bend for the weekend, so we will be rather humid and warm for the weekend. We turn windy on Sunday. There's a weak kind of low pressure system with a cold front that is set to try to approach the coastal bend Monday into Tuesday. This initially is not going to drop our temperatures too much. We'll have a bit of a westerly wind that may even keep our highs on the hot side. But what's going to happen is the second low pressure system with the cold front on Wednesday. That's the one that looks like it's going to take our temperatures much cooler into next week. Additionally, in the tropics, we are now tracking Tropical Depression 19. So Tropical Depression 19 is in the Caribbean. It is going to continue to move west, likely staying weak, but possibly a tropical storm, but it's going to stay fairly weak as it interacts with Central America and then tracks north over the Yucatan Peninsula. That's going to be a slow moving storm as we head into Monday. It's not going to be Monday till it starts to take a turn to the north. So when we take a look at the spaghetti plots, there it is, hanging out there in the Caribbean, interacting with Central America, and then it tracks its way over the Yucatan. What's going to happen is that low pressure trough that has our cold fronts and cooler air coming to the coastal bend, that's likely going to steer this system back to the northeast. How strong it is? Well, there's going to be a lot of wind shear in the Gulf of Mexico, but still a little far out to give a forecast that far out on that system. So in your 7-day forecast, what you're looking at, 50s there on Friday morning. Be ready for the colder start. We do warm back up. We're back in the mid to upper 80s, nearly 10, almost 10, 11, 12 degrees above normal by Sunday. Then we see a chance for some rain as we see those cold fronts passing through, but the bigger front, the cooler air that we've kind of been waiting for, it looks like it may be here by Wednesday.
Okay, next week is what I'm hanging my hat on, pinning my hopes to, that will get me in the fall feels that I'm looking for.
Yeah, right in time to kind of lead into
Thanksgiving week, yes.
No guarantee yet how cool it will or will not be on the holiday, but we're getting closer once we get into next week. 64 degrees right now on our tower camera. Visibility is in great shape today. Something I want to point out, first of all, our wind is out of the north-northeast, a little breezy at 14 miles per hour. Second of all, check out this dew point. 44 degrees is our dew point. That is low. No fog because that's 20 degrees different than our temperature, but this is dry conditions, so you may need some extra lotion as you head out the door today. 44 degrees in Corpus Christi for the dew point. That essentially is the temperature the water needs to be, or that is the temperature that the air temperature needs to be in order for water to condense. And so that is why we are not dealing with any fog this morning, because our temperature is way too warm for that. But it is going to create really nice, really pleasant, rather perfect to dry conditions for us to enjoy throughout the day today. So very pleasant dew points are going to stick around even into Friday morning. And with these drier conditions still in play Friday morning, that's when our temperatures will fall into the 50s. So we have a taste of sweater weather on on Friday, but our dew points go back up into the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're humid again. But another round of cold fronts is on the way. We have our initial front that doesn't look too strong there on Monday, but a weakening kind of second surge of northerly air is going to help drop our temperatures into the middle of next week. So here on our satellite radar imagery, we are looking at temperatures in the 50s from Sinton to Robstown. Cold front number 1, the small taste of fall has moved through the area. It's not too cool yet in Corpus Christi, but again, we're in the 50s tomorrow. High temperatures today only around 80 degrees, which will feel really nice. It's breezy, but a little cooler, and the winds weaken as we head into this afternoon. Lots of sunshine in place thanks to high pressure building behind that cold front. High pressure going to slide east. As it does so, we see the return of onshore wind. That's why our humidity goes back up. It will be windy in between these two pressure systems setting up across the United States on Sunday. So be ready for the wind to pick up Sunday, and Monday looks rather windy as well. We see cold front number 1 kind of weaken and stall right off the coastline before it starts to lift back north. That's why we're not going to totally cool down initially until the second surge of cooler air moves in on Wednesday. We also are keeping an eye on Tropical Depression 19. This system does have a chance to make it into the Gulf of Mexico, but that's would be Tuesday, the earliest it crosses over the Yucatan, and then has some sort of impact on the Gulf. What I will say, and pretty confident in this scenario, the low pressure system that's bringing us that cooler air into next week, that's going to really work to steer that system away from Texas and possibly even break it up with minimal impacts here in the United States. But overall, here's your 7-day forecast where we are going to see those temperatures still warm through Tuesday, but then sunshine and cooler air for Wednesday.